All right, hello everybody. Again, my name is Tia, and I am here with my esteemed partner, Erik Anderson. And as of today, the Watchman's very own Duchess of Detritus. Of course, many of you know her by her common name, Robin Migalla. So thank you for joining us today, Robin. You are Elgin's very own waste expert, and you're going to help us out with a little bit of trash and whether or not it can be recycled or if it has to go somewhere else, right?
Okay. I usually can answer that question. Not always, but sometimes.
We'll do our best. Thank you.
I will do my best.
We're absolutely enthralled to be with you today. And for those of you who don't know what this is, the Watchman podcast is featuring on its website, elginwatchman.com, this Talkin' Trash with Robin video blog. And it's 3 to 5 minutes or so. And we're going to share a piece of garbage with Robin. And she's going to hopefully guide us through whether or not it's recyclable, and in addition to any other interesting information that we need to have along the way. So are you ready for this week's item, Robin?
I hope so. Could be scary.
Erik, what do you got in that bag of tricks over there?
Uh-oh.
Not that I would ever have items that you couldn't recycle in my home, right? Because we are so green, but somebody dropped off this bottle that many people who are at least a little older, like I am, as the gray hair shows, might have in their, in their medicine cabinets, which is a yellow standard pill bottle. And so the question is, recyclable or not recyclable? Robin, want to help
Well,
us?
I am so glad you asked this question, because I just want to do a shout out to Meijer Pharmacy. Because if you buy your prescriptions from Meijer, they will take your bottles back. And they are the only pharmacy in Elgin, because I called them all. I called Walmart. I called Osco, even though Albertsons says, oh yeah, we'll take them back. Osco doesn't. The
Really?
only one in Elgin that takes back prescription bottles is Meijer.
No Walgreens? CVS?
No Walgreens. No Walgreens. No. They'll take back drugs. They have the bin for you to dump your drugs in, but not the bottle. So now the caveat is it has to be a Meijer prescription. Okay, so I'm encouraging everybody, get your prescriptions filled at Meijer and take your bottles back there, because that ensures that they will be recycled. All right. What do I do?
Can you put it in your recycling bin? Not at all, ever. No.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little dicey, because not everybody's honest in the recycling world. So the latest shtick is, if it's bigger than your fist and it's plastic, and it's not going to disintegrate in the blue bin, you can put it there. What I do with those bottles that are smaller than my fist, and they're number 5, by the way, it's a number 5 plastic. But back in the day,
you're good.
Back in the day, we had a conversation with our former King County recycling goddess, who was way better than me, but she left us. I'm so sad, but that's okay. But she said nobody wants them because of the dye that makes that orange. But they're not talking about that now. So Waste Management is saying, we'll take anything bigger than a fist that won't disintegrate in your recycling bin, no matter what color it is, even though their readers that sort can't read black. They can't read black. Okay, so what I do with that is, I have a roommate that drinks Folgers coffee in a big red number 5 plastic container with a black lid. Now I don't have any pill bottles because I have a good biological trade, so I don't have to take medication, because I eat nutrient dense local food. When you eat nutrient dense local food, you stay healthy. So you don't need pill bottles. But I have a house full of roommates that have pill bottles. So they go in the Folgers bottle, the Folgers can, and that goes in my recycling bin. I hope to God they get recycled. I don't really know, but I hope to God they do. However, I encourage everyone to buy their prescriptions at Meijer, and if they do, I take them back to Meijer.
Okay. So to go back, just to make sure, I sometimes have a hearing problem.
I hear you.
And so if it's bigger than your fist, it's okay to go into your recycling bin. If
Blue
it's
bin.
if it's
According to
not-
Waste Management right now, if they're honest.
okay,
So that's a lot of ifs.
that's a lot of ifs.
Yeah,
But if
but
it's
they
smaller than
say
your
that
fist,
if it's bigger than your fist, it's number 5, it can go in there.
and so the way you get around that is you put it in a plastic container that is larger than your fist.
Yeah, that's what I do. And I stick only number 5s in there. Okay. I don't mix my plastics. I mix my colors, but now do they get recycled? I hope so. I don't think I'm ever going to get a tour of the transfer station, but I hope so. It's number 5. It's in a container, and I put it in a container that the lid is tight enough it's not going to fly open and put all that small stuff in that's
Right.
going to jam up the works. We don't want to do that. We don't want to make Waste Management's life hard. I certainly don't want to make their life hard. I don't want to make anybody's life hard, really. I don't.
So yeah, I mean, this has been it's been haunting me for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
And so I have gone to like publications like I have on my cork board,
Yeah.
which the city mailed out many years ago, right? The little guide that says, hey, here's how you recycle in the city. And I couldn't find good answers. I've been all over that website, which is beautiful. I mean, Molly Gillespie does a great job with the Elgin website, and it's very informative.
Oh, that's great.
But sometimes I think to myself, there's like 40 pounds of stuff, information in a 20-pound bag on that website, and it's hard. And recently, as I'm digging through, I came up with an answer that said, if it's plastic, and if it has the number 1, 2, or 3, or 5, or 7 on it, it can go in your bin. And so that's when I went back to my, this pill bottle, and I was like, it's a 5, it's a 5,
It's
right?
a 5. Yeah.
And so I started tossing them in my recycling bin. But now you have thrown me a curveball with the size of your fist thing.
Right.
Do you remember where you saw that or where you heard that, Robin?
The fist.
I know you have.
It was probably Jennifer Jarlin that talked about the fist size.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing. And she's, for our audience, she's our former Kane County Recycling Coordinator. Our new one, Claire Ryan. Now, I just got to do a shout out to Kane County, right? We've been doing really good recycling for a long time, and we do really great education. And there's a really great website with a whole list of A to Z. Look it up on there and see what they say. Because Claire, I'm pretty sure, as Jennifer did before her, keeps that up to date, right? The problem with recycling is it changes minute by minute, right?
Really
One
does.
time we used to be able to send everything to China. And then all of a sudden, in one day, they said, we're not taking your stuff anymore. It's crap. We can't do anything with it. It's so contaminated. So I'm just going to give a shout out for contamination. Don't do it.
Don't
Right?
do it.
Right?
Right.
If in doubt, leave it out. Contamination is the biggest barrier to getting something recycled.
Okay.
Contamination, big problem, right? The solution is, when in doubt, leave it out. I know
When
it's
in doubt,
painful to
leave it
send something to landfill, but it's way better than contaminating recycle. So let's do that. When in doubt, leave it out, but ask the questions. Visit Elgin Watchman. Talk to people. Find out. Talk to Claire. She's like a nice woman. She will not bite your head off, right? Call her up. She'll
It's always
take your
good to know.
call. Ask the question. What do I do
I know we're
with this?
coming up on a hard stop here because we try to keep these videos like, dense and, digestible. But you mentioned Kane County, and not all of Elgin is in Kane County. I live in Cook County.
Right.
I live over here in the lights. Does that matter? Does my trash go to different places? Do I call different people? I mean,
So I honestly don't know, but
don't either.
I believe that you have waste management bins, right?
yes,
Those
oh, yeah.
blue bins and the gray bin, which some people use. I don't, because I live zero waste. However, I think they're waste management toters. I think they actually belong to waste management. Like you
Okay.
can't like take that with you when you leave your house. It belongs to Waste Management. They're loaning it to you. So I'm pretty sure all of our waste or recyclables goes to the same place,
Okay.
right? That's managed by Kane County, I think. I don't think we
Okay.
separate Cook and Kane when it comes to trash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that does
I
sound
would assume
crazy.
it's dependent on the hauler, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing your hauler is Waste Management, right?
Right.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
And the transfer station is what, Bluff City Boulevard? They're certainly probably not going to take it anywhere else.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting question for WM, Tia.
It would be. I have so many. Well,
Yeah. Yeah. Can we have a tour? That would be a good question.
so the long and short of this is that maybe we just don't know. It's a number 5, but to be absolutely safe, maybe talk to your pharmacy. So if you're not getting your prescriptions filled at Meijer, maybe go, or if it's Costco or wherever, maybe find another pharmacy that would be willing to take it. And that may be dependent. So not really sure, but we should maybe see if we can't get some clarity from Waste Management around the color of the number 5 plastic.
Okay.
That's a good idea. And every time somebody asks their pharmacy if something's recyclable, somebody will hear that and eventually they'll say, maybe we should put something in place to make them recyclable. Because if Meijer can do it, you can do it.
I agree.
Good point.
Well, thank you for joining us today. So we're going to ask that everybody consider sharing this video on your social media accounts and help Elgin become a better recycling community. So until next time, be good to the environment, reduce, that's the first thing, reuse, recycle, and keep watch.